With some truckers resuming to services in many areas, the government appears confident of breaking the nationwide strike soon.
I have reports from the states that truck associations in Pune, Krishna, Hassan, they have started operating.
Unwilling to give in to the demands of the striking truckers, the centre has asked states to take firm and effective action. The centre has also advised states to identify 15 to 20 lakh vehicles which can be impounded and piled by employing retired drivers in public sector undertakings and other government offices.
Have been advised to use NSA, to use ESMA, and more states, I think Haryana has decided to impose ESMA, I was mentioning to you. More states will do. But my appeal will be not to take the law into their hand, call off this strike.
AIMTC President Charan Singh Lohara and Secretary S. Venugopal were taken in custody along with 30 others by the Delhi police. On Thursday, 5 states, Gujarat, Delhi, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh enforced the Essential Services Maintenance Act. On Sunday, Haryana also joined the league. But despite the efforts, panic buying is still visible at several places across the country. Government is now drawing up contingency plans to restore normalcy in the transportation of goods and services and is also urging the truckers to get back to work. But while the government is in no mood to consider the unreasonable demands made by the truckers, the crucial meeting of the transport minister with the truckers would be keenly watched by the nation, whose transport services are desperate for a kickstart. Mehul Verma, NewsX, Delhi. The spectrum allocation controversy in the telecommunications sector has thrown up questions about the way the UPA government handled the spectrum auction process. The controversy centers around the award of 2G telecom licenses for a total of 9,000 crore rupees in January this year. Last week, the left parties accused the government of underpricing the spectrum and called it a scam. Experts believe that the alleged underpricing has costed Indian Exchequer almost 50,000 crore rupees.
The estimated loss could well be in the order of 40 to 50,000 crores. But I think that is not the issue. The issue is the transparency of the process.
The popular feeling among telecom experts is that formation of cartels has to be discouraged at any cost. They feel that if reports of cartelization are true, then it will hurt further investment in the sector. Experts say market forces will have to decide the valuations at the end.
If you have a spectrum exchange, then the regulators can themselves drive, an equitable exchange of spectrum from an operator who's not using all of his spectrum to an operator who can use more of it.
On one hand, telecom experts and competing players want a more transparent procedure for the sector to grow, and on the other, the government's political opponents are looking to turn spectrum allocation into a political issue. In this situation, the rollout of the 3G spectrum that has the potential to unleash more benefits to common people is set to be delayed. Allocation of spectrum and valuation of new licenses via the non-transparent procedure is not only feared to land up the government exchequer in losses, but may also dent the image of the newly emerging 3G market in the global telecom space. Mehul Verma, NewsX, Delhi. December 10th marks the 60th anniversary of the signing of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The day holds special significance for the corporate sector as well, at this time even more in the wake of the global economic meltdown. Here comes into picture the United Nations Global Compact Initiative, which was started in 2000 by the United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan. It has now become the largest corporate social responsibility or CSR initiative in the world, focusing on public health, education and job creation. The initiative involves more than 5,000 organizations across the world, including 230 Indian companies. With the chairman of ONGC, R.S. Sharma, as its president, the Indian chapter of Global Compact Initiative is growing by leaps and bounds, as was evident from the latest meet held on 10th of December in New Delhi.
This contribution to the CSR activities are not the costs. These are investments. These are investments for the society. I don't think at any stage, any point of time, meltdown or the sentiments being low, any corporates can think of ignoring the responsibility for the society.
Today, there are more than 60 global compact networks in key markets across the world. But experts feel a lot more needs to be done.
The promotion of human rights, particularly the question of Millennium Development Goals on the question of environment and trying to promote business ethics.
Corporate bigwigs insist that companies should adopt cost-cutting measures and focus on absolute growth achievement.
Have to do something to maintain their profits, but not by cutting down on sustainability. They can cut down on raw material costs, they can cut down on power consumptions, they can cut down even on manpower.
With changing times, the corporate world also hopes to counter the effects of economic slowdown, keeping in mind its responsibility towards society. The dream house of yours might after all become a reality. Public sector banks are soon expected to announce a package for home loans of up to 20 lakh rupees. The Indian Banking Association has also hinted at additional measures to ride out the recession, followed by a slowdown in housing demand.
Despite the lot of stimuluses which have been given together by Reserve Bank of India and the Government of India, to which there has also been some response by the banking industry, there is still concern that the economy may be requiring a little bit more.
The plan being worked out by the government is expected to remain flexible for different slabs of home loans. It is expected that buyers taking loans of up to 5 lakh rupees will have to pay an interest of about 7%, while those taking a home loan between 5 to 20 lakh rupees will end up paying an interest of around 8.5%. The economic stimulus is also expected to boost the small and medium enterprise sector. Besides, it may also include concessions like waiver of processing fee and other such charges. The bankers, however, are non-committal on the range of expected interest rate cut.
There have to be other incentives also, apart from interest.
Like
We'll have to see whether any processing charge can be totally waived, prepayment clause. We are just discussing, we are not concretized on anything.
The much affected realty sector can now hope for a revival saga. With the government and the banking industry soon expected to come up with the economic revival package for the housing sector, the consumers can not only expect an interest rate cut but also concessional measures to revive the housing dream hit by the economic meltdown. And not only that, the small and medium enterprise sector can also expect a lot of investment flow kicking in from the much-awaited revival package. Mehul Verma, NewsX, Delhi. The Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industries has called for higher levels of verification practices to be followed in company audits.
This has happened in the United States with Enron. We cannot allow Indian corporate governance system to fail, because common shareholders, common stakeholders, their confidence is very important for raising resources to deploy.
CII President KV Kamath said there was a need to immediately examine the loopholes in regulation, accounting, audit and governance that allowed such lapses to occur and address them with urgency. Infosys HR head Mohan Das Pai said Satyam's fraud was a deliberate act and should be treated under criminal provisions. The apex body of the IT BPO industries in India, NASSCOM, expressed shock but said there were no plans yet to disqualify Satyam Computers as a member. We are not looking at banning Satyam of its membership right now, but we will work with Satyam Task Force to reach out to their customers and employees and guide them through the transition. For a company that has won several corporate governance awards, the scam has hit its image hard. An immediate result was that Satyam was stripped of the Golden Peacock Award, a recognition it used for trumpeting its corporate governance norms. Several companies associated with Satyam, like Tech Mahindra, said it was evaluating its move to buy stakes in the company. A host of domestic and foreign brokerage firms, including Credit Suisse, Religare and Angel Broking, suspended their coverage of Satyam Computer shares. After playing foul with the shareholders' capital, the sudden exit of Satyam chief has not only brought about shock, but also now demands a rethink on corporate governance. In what could be the most unfortunate fallout of the event, the company's credibility might now take a long time to recover. With Puneet Chandra, Mehul Verma, NewsX, Delhi.